Welcome to week 3 of my Metamorphosis Recovery Challenge. In this series, I work on reclaiming my health, both physical and mental, and my life after cancer. Quick recap of what we're trying to accomplish this week. I have 3 routines that I try to get done every single morning. If you want to hear about each one of these steps in detail, you can go check out the planning video for this series. Otherwise, here's a quick recap on the screen. I'm going to try to wake up by 8 a.m. every day since my sleep schedule was completely trashed by 2 months of bed rest. 2 20-minute stretches every single day. They have to be at least 2 hours apart. My dog Versailles has her own challenge. She needs to practice the hold trick every single day. This is the hardest challenge I've given her so far, not because the trick is hard, but because she has an attitude. For my weekly goals, 4 10K step days, 4 days with 30-minute workouts in them. I wanted to try my hand at candle making. I wanted to go blueberry picking again. That's just going to be what I do for the summer. And I planned to attend a women-only wine and Whimsy event at the end of the week. This was a very full week. I can't wait to get into it with you. I'm checking in from the late evening of day 15. This morning started very rocky. I woke up dysregulated and crampy and bloody and miserable. We seem to have a trend of difficult Mondays going on. My body does not know what to do with itself with all of these new medications and some old medications gone. The whole morning was pretty rocky. I managed to drag myself through my entire self-care routine, but I left pieces of the morning routine undone. It wasn't until much later in the day, like after dinner, that I completed the final pieces of the morning routine, like the quick tidy and that sort of thing that allowed me to close it out. I didn't even get to my morning stretch until about 7 p.m. Not my best showing. However, in the mid-afternoon, I did go to the Great Northwest Ice Cream Company to do a photo shoot for work, and that was super fun to do. And they used me as a human guinea pig to test some new ice cream flavors on. So I'm very happy about that. I had a lot of fun there. I took over 1,000 pictures. I'll be processing through them tomorrow to pull out the best ones and get them ready for release. I also got through all of the batch cooking, which I was supposed to do yesterday and just ran out of energy for. I cooked up a huge pot and... Hi, honey. You want to put your paws up? Hi. I cooked up a huge pot and got it into the freezer, so I now have dinner sorted out for the next couple of weeks. After we all ate dinner, my mother really wanted to get frozen yogurt, and I was not about to argue, even though I'd already had ice cream today. Those were just little samples, little tastes, so of course I had room for frozen yogurt. What are you doing? I got a focus hour in. Again, it was not super high quality, but it happened. We're taking it. We're taking the wins where they happen. The dog and I practiced hold today. She recognized the trick when I brought it up, and she kinda sorta did it for me, but she was not happy about it. I think she hoped that I had been broken of trying to teach her this. Normally, she is all in for training, but this time she only wanted to train very briefly, and then she rolled her eyes and walked away from me. Does not bode well for our odds of making progress on this trick for the rest of the week. If she is truly this dead set against it, I'm not gonna force her. I think she would like some of the tricks that come after this basic one. It is now just after 9, which means it is more than 2 hours since I did my stretch at 7, which means I can, in fact, fit the stretch in today and get both stretches done and have them count. What are we doing? I thought that I might hit 10,000 steps because I spent a little bit of time on the walking pad, but I think it is not to be. Today could have been much worse. I am happy to have gotten anything done at all. Here's hoping for... I'm really hoping for a more productive tomorrow. It's Tuesday, and today was immediately better than yesterday. I still blew that 8 a.m. wake up. I'm still just not feeling quite well enough. I did have myself a good, intense cry over the emotional pathos of the song Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, but this is still a marked improvement. Today was a workout day. I got up, I powered through my morning routine, and I did a fitness Marshall workout. His stuff is some of my favorite for cardio. I really like to dance. I can't wait until I'm cleared for all the motions, but things could be worse. After I finished sweating, it was time for my morning stretch. I pushed myself a little bit further today. I tried some yoga poses that I'd been a little nervous about doing before. I'm still pretty restricted from doing a lot of my favorite poses just because I can't put any weight on my left arm. I can't lift it that high, but I still felt like it went pretty well. I know that most of that stuff I could not have done at all just 2 weeks ago, so the challenge is working. We are making real progress. Self-care routine got done, my focus hour routine got done, and I've even gotten some like client work done today. So we're doing really well. I just had a late lunch and I'm going to try to get one more hour of work in, maybe walk on my walking pad some because I do want to try to get to that 10,000 step goal today. Maybe. We'll see if there's time. But it's Tuesday, and that means that Versailles has a play date with one of her bestest best friends in the world. So I'm going to go over and see my friends, and she's going to see her friend. That's going to be most of our evening. I'm going to try to do her hold training before we leave, just because we're both going to be tired when we get back. I know I won't have time to do my second stretch before we leave for this play date, so I guess that's going to have to happen just before bed. Compared to day 2 of this challenge, the first Tuesday, my energy is noticeably better just 2 weeks later. Hi, it is the very end of Wednesday. Today was very successful and I am exhausted. I did get out of bed just before 8 a.m. I did my morning routine, and today was one of the days that I had committed to work out. So today was a leg day. I pulled up some kind of yoga stretch on YouTube to do afterwards. There was a lot in it that I just straight up could not do because it involved bearing weight on my arm. So I just modified as best as I could. I do really think that we're making very clear progress there. Just today, I've had a number of people tell me that they've decided to start new stretch routines based on this video series that I'm doing. I guess that makes me an influencer. I hope I'm influencing the world in positive ways. If you're considering adding stretching to your daily life, please do. It's really, really, really good for you, and it makes all the other things that you want to do easier and safer. After all that, I was super sweaty, so I went through my self-care routine, got all nice and fresh, did my first focus hour, and then got myself together to go out blueberry picking again. This week I went with my dad. We had a really nice time. I don't expect the 15 pounds of blueberries that I brought home to last more than a couple days, but that is what they're there for. Freaking love blueberries. If this were a different year, I would be blueberry picking multiple times a week, but once per week is as much as I can handle. It's even a bit of a stretch right now to do once per week, but we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it all blueberry season. When I got home, I was very tired, but I didn't have to take a nap after that. It was really shocking to me. I was able to get a little bit of work done. That was really nice. I even set up my walking pad and got some steps in. In fact, I am ending today with over 13,000 steps to my name, so check on that goal as well. After dinner, I took the dog for a nice little walk, and then we worked on the hold trick for a while. I'm using absurdly high value treats because I know how stupid you think this is. Thank you, I love the kisses. You're not convincing me.
Given how incredibly
Versailles, come on.
good she was about learning the pivot trick, this is just impressive non-cooperation.
She hates this trick. We've been working on it for years, and both of us have rage quit in frustration multiple times. And when I brought it back up, she was like, "Really? We're doing this again?" Oh. Take it. Break? Yes, good girl! Not going. Hold. Break? Yes, good girl! I know. You're so close. Hold. Break? Yes, so good! You did it! Yay! You did it! All you need to do is take it. Come on. Okay. All right, never mind. All done. I was using incredibly high value treats, and she still would rather just knock the object out of my hand and give me the stink eye than hold it for me. Holding it for even 2 seconds and being huffy about it is still such huge progress from where we were a couple years ago with it. I think if we just keep bringing it up every once in a while, maybe by the time she's 5, we'll have this trick. I don't know. She only consented to work on this trick for about 6 minutes before she walked away from me. It says a lot about her level of enthusiasm for this particular trick, because normally she'll train until she drops. I just completed my final stretch for the day. I think that's all the goals that I need to do. I am going to wash my face and get into my pajamas and get ready for an early night because I am absolutely wiped out. But I think when I'm in bed, I will pull up some YouTube videos on candle making to get myself ready for tomorrow and watch those before I go to sleep. There was a big thunderstorm last night. It was crazy. I know that thunderstorms are unremarkable for most of the United States, but where I am, we go years between thunderstorms. Any kind of rumble of thunder is a huge deal, and this one even had proper lightning. It was very loud. It was crazy. I woke up this morning at about 7:30 a.m. and I got up and I started doing things, and then I woke up again at 8:30 a.m. I am not sure how or when I got back into bed, but it can't have been for very long. I'm kind of going to give myself partial credit. I am getting through today. I did all of my routines today. I also did a fitness Marshall workout. It went pretty okay. For the last 5 to 7 minutes, I was really flagging, but until then, it was going fine. I had a pretty good time with it. I'm definitely feeling like there's a lot more exercise this week than there has been in a long time. Probably a good thing. I did my stretch, and I gotta tell you, the prevailing sensation that I've had doing these stretches for the last few days has been boredom. I think that the restrictions are so heavy on my left arm with how high I can lift it and how much weight I can put on it that the specifics of which stretches I can do is much narrowed from what I'm used to. And I also can't really just flow from one move to the next. I'm constantly thinking about how to modify this, how to modify that. Am I putting too much pressure on my left side? Can I lean more over to my right side to take pressure off that side and not completely mess up the stretch and unbalance my body? There's just no way to enter a state of flow and have fun with it. Other than just repeating the same few stretch sequences that are tried and true over and over again, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the thing if that's what it requires, but it's so weird to be doing a lot of stretching and never ever do something like a downward dog. I've got a whole week to go before I get reevaluated again regarding my physical limitations and restrictions and whether or not I am eligible to begin proper physical therapy. It can't come soon enough, except that I know that if the evaluation was done today, the wound just isn't healed enough for them to clear me for anything. So at the same time, I kind of want to push it off even further because I don't want to hear them say that I'm not allowed to do anything. I know I'm not allowed to do anything. Yesterday, I wrote my doctor an email saying, it's been over a month and I'm not getting any fluid buildup anymore. Is it okay for me to take the medical compression bra off now? Because I have to be in one of those all the time unless I'm showering day and night. And I thought for sure they'd be like, oh yeah, no more fluid buildup. You're doing good. Like, you can stop having your boobs squeezed all the time. I'm used to hearing back within 24 to 48 hours when I email my doctor, but not 5 minutes later, I had an email saying, absolutely not. You need to keep wearing that thing. And if you've taken it off, put it back on right now. What is it, sweet baby? So that was a bummer. I'm living in this very weird space of I feel like the challenge is actually working. It is pushing my limits, it is speeding my recovery. And at the same time, the recovery, some parts of it are just going at the pace they were going to go. And there's nothing I can do about that. Having no control over things is super fun. I love it. Break? Yes, good girl! Would you rather hold that? You did one and you're rage quitting? You're going back to bed? Come here. Right here. You can do it. Hold this. I know, that is the reward. You have to hold it first. I see that you have other options. I'm aware that you have other options. She's showing me that she hid a very large milk bone under my bed and that she doesn't need me to have treats because she has her own. You want to try this again? Take it. Chomp, chomp. Take it. Keep going. That's a very nice side, but it's not what I'm asking for. We can do it. It's fun. It's fun. I promise. Think of all the other tricks you could do if you knew this one. Grab it. Grab it. Yes, good girl, good girl, good girl. Look at how much of a jackpot you got. That's a great trick, but it's not the one I'm asking for, and you know it. Are you mad? If you took it, it would make mommy very happy. You make mommy happy by holding it. That's not the trick I'm asking for, baby. You could hold it on the side. Almost! Oh my god. Break? Yes! 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 Okay, all done. I have been telling myself for days not to forget that it's a new week, so I get to pull a free self-care card. I remind myself this all day, every day, and then I sit down to do my little vlog, and I get so busy talking about what actually happened in the day that I don't remember to do the sort of meta admin of the game and pull that self-care card. So we're gonna do that now. Is it Thursday? Are we more than halfway through the week? Shut up. We're actually getting low in this deck. I may have to invent some more self-care cards. Okay, I had an amputation. This converts a resistant workout or other intense workout into a 10-minute walk instead. This is a nice one to have, and I haven't needed to use a self-care card in a while, so I have a pretty good buffer built up in my hand. Gotten a couple of hours of work done today. I'd really like to be able to get a few more done, but I'm really not sure about it. I'm starting to feel very tired, and the dog has been harassing me to call her friends, so she has a play date in a bit. After that, I'm going to try my hand at this candle making thing. I have been doing a ton of research. Normally, I am very good at willpower and impulse control and committing to things and staying the course and all that. But when you are on bed rest for 2 months and you have access to stuff like Amazon shopping, that willpower thing can get real tricky real fast, especially when painkillers are involved. At some point, I decided that candle making was going to be a hobby for me. I ended up ordering way too much stuff to get into this hobby, just like way too much stuff. Honestly, the amount of stuff I have for candle making at this point is a little bit embarrassing considering I have yet to actually actually make a single candle in my life. We're gonna fix that today. I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I have been reading articles, which I pray are not just AI generated slop, learning about the proper way to make candles. One thing that I have learned in that research is that although I purchased 10 pounds of pure beeswax to get myself started, beeswax is apparently not recommended at all ever for beginners to candle making. It's apparently just much harder to work with. It doesn't take dye or fragrance as well as some of the newer types of wax, such as soy wax. Also, there's a whole thing about how you have to match the wick to the candle, and I think I have all wrong wicks. So this could be a complete disaster. We're gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna use up this 10 pounds of wax before I go back and get a different kind. We'll see what happens with it. I may need to bite the bullet and order in some new wicks. We'll see how it goes today, but at least that's a pretty inexpensive mistake to fix. I've been taking notes. I didn't realize until several days later that my microphone had ran out of power when I recorded my vlog for this day, so here's Friday, but this is Kim from the future describing it to you. Woke up in time for the 8 a.m. goal, did my morning routine, took the dog for a walk. On this walk, I noticed a neighbor had a bookshelf out front and they were selling bouquets on it. And honestly, they were so pretty, I got one. For my morning stretch, I decided that I was going to go back to my most basic default stretch, the sequence that I most commonly do. I was just going to lean into it. If I wasn't going to be able to do a lot of varied stretching, then we were going to do the most basic, most default stretch for me. And somehow just committing to doing the basics and accepting that that's what I could do helped me to not feel so bored with it, even though it was mostly the same stuff as I've been doing for the last 3 weeks. After my self-care routine, I was so excited to get to the focus hour because it meant that I got to use my very own self-made candles for the first time during the focus hour. I learned so much from making those candles on Thursday. It was a enormous learning curve. There's all kinds of things that I would do differently if I were to do it again, and I will be doing it again. But I'm not upset at this candle. I like this candle. It smells good. It's very pretty. I like the little roses on top. Not only was this focus hour special because it was enhanced by my own personal arts and crafts, I went for 3 hours instead of 1 hour. Now, in normal times, I might cut myself off. I might restrict myself to just that 1 hour of working on my own projects, but I have had so much brain fog and so many mediocre or just frankly terrible focus hours for so long that it just felt incredible to be able to continue a thought for that long. This afternoon was also the second part of my photo shoot with the Great Northwest Ice Cream Company. I was supposed to come in during sort of peak summer hours and get some shots of hands scooping and serving delicious, delicious ice cream. We did do that, but first, when I walked in, one of the first things that Jody said to me was, "Oh, hey Kim, we've decided to start selling hand-dipped cheesecakes. Why don't you come take some photos of them for a sign and we'll pay you in cheesecake?" I was very easily convinced to do this thing. The shoot went well, really smooth. I managed to complete all of it, both the cheesecake and the scooping, in about half an hour. I was going to take the slice of cheesecake that they gave me home and put it in the freezer, but of course I did not do that. I ate it as soon as I got in the car and just completely covered myself in Oreo crumbs, and it was absolutely great. I loved it. Afterward, I felt incredibly heavy, just so full of cheesecake. When I got home, I set up my walking pad to try and kind of walk that feeling out of me. I got a fair amount of work done, again, after that photo shoot. It was pretty incredible. It was a very high energy day for me, and I really need that. There's so much that I need to catch up on. I feel like I am so far behind on so many things, but especially work. It's been so long since I've been able to just sit down and focus. I'll give it to you if you'll hold this. Go ahead, you're doing it. Come on, you could do it. Yes! So good! You want some of that? I can give you some of that. Does it look good to you? Well, you can hold this for it. Yes. Very good. Hold on, I'm gonna get you a piece. Hold it. Oh, nice try. Nice try. No, you gotta hold it. You mad now? Oh my God, girl. You're so close. Hold. Break. Yes, good girl. So good. Nice try. You got so close. Keep going. Come on, hold. Break. Yes, I'm so proud of you. Yes. You don't want to? Okay, we can be all done. All done. Hello from the evening of what I think is day 20. Today has been an extremely successful day. I got up on time, I blasted my way through the morning routine, and I was just getting myself set up to do the morning workout when I received an invitation to go on a walk with the rest of the family. It was very nice out, so I postponed the workout to go on that walk. However, I only made it a block and a half before I received a text from the owners of one of Versailles' very special friends. His name is Auguste. He goes by Goose. Yeah, I'm sorry. I knew you were going to wake up. You can go back to sleep, baby. I'm just talking about him. You saw him this morning. Yeah. This dog wanted to know if she was available for a play date. So Versailles and I turned around and went back to the house so that she could have a very special play date. The rest of the family walked on. She had such a lovely time with her friend, whose name I cannot say without waking her. They are so cute together. Once they were tuckered out and she had done her workout, she got into bed and I got myself ready for my workout. I decided that if I'm not going to be allowed to pick up weights, then maybe I can wear them on my legs. So today was a lower body workout day. I pulled up a workout from YouTube with lower body ankle weight workout. I was a little concerned once I got into it that the whole thing would turn out to be a seated workout. Even the seated stuff was a pretty good burn, but eventually we did make it down to the mat. The ankle weights are only like 2 pounds, but 2 pounds is a lot when you have it at the end of like a long lever type thing. And by the end of that workout, it was absolutely kicking my butt, but like in a really good way. We got the stretch done afterward. It was a decent stretch, nothing special today. I went through my self-care routine, got all clean and fresh, and then I sat down to do my focus hour. I was once again super excited to do this because I got to use my candle again. The candle is showing signs of what they call tunneling, which means I did something wrong with the wick to wax ratio. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. It's a lovely candle and I am enjoying it. In the afternoon, we did hold practice. Her holds are getting longer, although she still just quits. She quits after just a handful. Yes, good girl. Yes, you are such a good girl. I know that's where the treats are. I've got some in my hand. You can earn them. No, keep going, keep going. Hold. I know. Hold. Going. Yes, yes, good girl. And you gotta take it properly. Oh, that was really close. That was really good. Nice try. No, I know. Hold. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, that was close. That was good. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. You're such a good dog. That's a nice side. I do like side, but we're not working on side right now. Can you sit? That's an even better side. Oh, and to roll over now. What are you doing? Why side? I'm not going to force you. Thank you for everything you did. You did some really good long holds today. I'm proud of you. But if we're not going to hold, then we're all done trained. Yeah. All done. It's absolutely progress, but it is progress under duress. Today, overall, has been super productive. Possibly my most productive day ever since the surgery. I have been catching up on a lot of work and it's felt great. However, there's also been a little bit of nagging guilt. One of the reasons this might be one of my most productive days yet is that I got myself dressed today with the intention of doing something I really don't want to do. I put on a t-shirt, which, as you have noticed, is something I don't wear that often, with the intention of today I was going to go down into the basement and look through all of the storage to find an outfit for tomorrow night. I have been finding all kinds of things that need doing, and they do need doing. I could have had this storage thing done ages ago. I just sincerely do not want to. I do not enjoy going through all the things in storage because it is dusty down there. I do not enjoy the sensation of dust on my hands. I do not enjoy it under my nails. I do not enjoy the sensation of being sweaty and having dust cling to that sweat. And to add insult to injury, when I am around too much dust for even a few minutes, it breaks my skin out really bad. And I don't really want that to happen before an event, but I do need something to wear. So it is now almost 9 p.m. I have found other things to do all day. I can't put this off anymore. We're going to go downstairs now. We're going to find something. We're going to find an outfit, even if it's not the most optimal outfit. We're going to find something, and then we're going to come back up, and I am going to throw my body through the shower so hard and so fast. And once we are all clean and comfy in our jammies, then we can do the last stretch of the day and get into bed and hopefully get some nice sleep before the event tomorrow.
20 minutes later.
So I took the dog for a walk first before I went down into the basement because that definitely needed doing. She told me it needed doing. Okay, it's done. It took like 15 minutes total. I found some possible candidate outfits, and I also found some just regular clothes that I would like to put back into circulation. I'm still just not really sure what the dress code to this thing was. The description was wear the dress you can never find a reason to wear. I can find a reason to wear a lot of dresses, like a lot of them. I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow. Right now, it is time to get clean. Clean immediately. Clean! Honey, Mommy just laid down to answer a text. She didn't really mean for you to trap her here. I love you too. Good morning. Do you know that you were outside when Mommy brushed her teeth? Yeah, so we need to brush your teeth now. Yeah? Oh, you double pinned me. Okay, you're not in the mood? Okay, we're gonna do kisses instead. I love you too, but can Mommy get up? You know, we can't do morning training unless you let Mommy up and let her brush your teeth. Where's our dog? Can you let Mommy up? Yeah, there we go. Come on, let's train. Yeah. Very good. Jump. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Break. Good girl.
Good morning. Happy day 66. I don't know if you can hear.
Good morning. I just finished my stretch. I've done my morning routine. The dog asked for double training this morning, so we did that. As you can see, I am sitting in front of my basement finds from yesterday. There's some good stuff in here. I need to go through it and decide what I'm actually going to wear. I even found my box of crowns, which I'm very excited about. I am really nervous about this event tonight. I booked these tickets a good month ago, really believing that I would be further along in my healing journey. I was not supposed to have a still open necrosis wound. I was not supposed to still be required to wear medical compression bras basically 24/7. And I'm still not really sure what the dress code of this thing is. Like, I have this, it's lovely. It's a backless moment. It's got this fade from black diamonds all the way down to just the proper silver glitters. But this doesn't say whimsy to me. Like, it's beautiful. I don't often have an opportunity to wear this places, but is it whimsy? I don't think it's whimsy. I have options. They all have challenges. One of my biggest concerns is that most of my dress up dresses are at least a little bit low cut, and either that will show that I'm wearing a very ugly, very lumpy medical compression bra, or it's going to show that I am currently quite lopsided. Or if I go with something like this, which is not particularly low cut, this is crushed velvet, and it is the summer, but it is whimsical as heck. I've got some gorgeous backless stuff, I've got some partially transparent stuff, but again, all of that is going to show off a very ugly medical compression bra. Now, there's one exception that I have been granted. I am allowed to wear tight sports bras rather than medical bras. I feel like this might transfer over into shapewear. I am not a big fan of shapewear. I tried it. There was a trend for a while. I tried it. I have some. But it is very tight. It does squeeze the bejesus out of you. Not just the girls, or the girl, as the case may be. It squeezes your whole body like a sausage. But does that count? It seems like it should count. It does the compression bit. That might give me a little bit more wiggle room in the types of dresses I can wear without looking like a patient, like a cancer patient. Once I know what I'm actually wearing, I feel like my anxiety about this whole thing will go way down. So let's figure that out. Let's figure that out. Yeah, I've got the goods. I've got the goods, and you can have one for a hold. Will you hold for mommy? Yeah, hold. I do like it when you get in my lap, but that's not what I'm asking for. Can you come hold? What are you doing? Hey, right here. Yes, that's good. You do a sip and a high five, yes. It's really good. You want to earn this. Oh, I see you're drooling. Sit. Turn. Keep turning. Keep turning. Yes, there you go, see? You know, compared to all that spinning, hold is really easy. Yes. Good girl. It's a great cookie, isn't it? You can do it. You can do it. You're so close. Yeah. Oh, nice try. Yeah. Are you licking it? That's nice. Hold it. Come on. You're so close. Hold it. Yes. Good girl. You're so good. Oh, nice try. Okay, are we done? All right. All done. Thank you for playing. I just had to use the steamer on my dress and even my wings because they've been in boxes for so long. It's so hot in here. I am a little bit lightheaded at times. But we have to leave soon, so we're just powering through it. I am not only breaking out, I have a rash all down my chest, these little red dots, and probably on my back too, from all that exposure to dust. As much as I hate having painful rashes and breakouts and all that, I think it's not even about the dust that causes me to avoid going and looking through my stuff in the basement. It's just that all of my stuff there in boxes like that, it just represents how many of my hopes and dreams are currently in frickin' boxes and how many of them have been just absolutely shattered beyond recognition, and some of them beyond reclamation. This is a lovely house, and I really enjoy it here. The dog enjoys it here. I have been made very, very welcome, but it is not my house. There isn't a place for all of my things. My things are jumbled up in boxes and not easily accessible to me, and many of them just gone forever because my international move did not stick, because my marriage did not stick. I'm still pretty mad and sad about those things. I don't regret the divorce. It was the right decision. I'm just mad that it was so clearly the right decision for me. I had had a very different picture of my life right now in mind, and I'm sure he did too. Sucks for everyone involved. That is why my things are there. That is why I am here. And the cancer is why I will probably be here an additional year beyond what I had even intended. This house is so much nicer than my own house, but it's not my house, you know? Even if the house were legally available to move back into right away, which it isn't, I could not do all of the house things, not to mention all of the dog things that are required on my own. I am very much in need of assistance these days. Chase, but I'm so grateful to have that support available to me. Not everybody does. I'm very lucky. I've been trying to think about what I should do for the challenge next week. I think the exercise goals are going to remain identically the same. I have more or less completed all of the exercise goals for the week, the walking, the stretching, the workouts, but they were very challenging, and it did feel like they took so much energy, they really jeopardized a lot of other things that I needed to do. And you know what? I'm not really convinced that we're going to complete that 10K step goal. I did a lot of 8K step days, but 10K just constantly felt out of reach. I have been edging up the challenge level of the physical stuff every week for 3 weeks, and they haven't necessarily been small jumps, so I think it is perfectly reasonable to hold where I am. The one goal that just absolutely was trashed this week was my wake up time. I had a lot of hormonal challenges and a lot of disrupted sleep. It meant not only did I try on that one very hard, I don't think it would have been medically advisable to try that hard on that one. But I think that is going to be my priority goal next week, because we have had one too many weeks in a row where that goal I really didn't do very well at. And it kind of sucks when these bulky routines, as highly efficient and good as they are, push into the afternoon. They're really meant to be foundational. It's all the stuff you want to have out of the way in order to have a good day. It's hard to do that when you feel like by the time your day starts, it's half over already. We're going to really work on getting to bed at a very consistent time and waking up at a more consistent time. See if we can undo all that feeling of jet lag that 2 months of bed rest have given me. I am going to sweat this makeup off before I've even finished applying it. For the dog, I think we absolutely have to stop with the hold trick, at least for several weeks. She has had it. We've made progress. We've gone from like a max hold of 3 seconds to about 12 seconds, but I absolutely cannot get more than 2 or 3 holds out of her per training session, and she has never made it to a full 10 minutes working on that trick because she hates it too much. We're going to give both of us a break on that one. I think we might go to something just a lot more chill, like working on her sit pretty. She kind of sort of knows a sit pretty. I've never worked on it that hard. It's pretty sloppy in its current state. I would like to get it into something actually pretty, and I think if we really focus on it, we could. As far as fun goals, I am finding the pace of outings a little difficult to sustain because as I recover, more of the kind of weekly standbys are coming back. Things like her weekly class, which, by the way, is canceled this week, which is why I am able to go to this shindig tonight. Normally that takes up several hours on Sunday. She has her play date every Tuesday night. That usually goes for roughly 3 hours. She often has hour-long play dates with other dogs every other day of the week. Yes, I said every other day of the week. And then I, in the summer, have weekly blueberry picking. It's a lot, all of a sudden, coming back from being so long in bed. That said, I don't want my post-cancer life to just all be, I'm not going to say like chores, because I actually adore going to her class. I adore seeing our friends. I adore seeing her play with her friends. But it's regular. It has a lot of repetition, which is a good thing. That's how you build a good life. But then you have to fit other stuff around that. And the fitting other stuff around that is what I feel like I'm struggling with. I don't necessarily want another huge outing like this anytime soon where I have to spend the day figuring out what to wear and getting ready. I wish I had more glitter to choose from. I really feel like if I'm going wings, I need more sparkle. But I really whittled down what was in my makeup case during all this moving, so I just don't have much choice. I don't even really have many eyeshadow colors to pick from. There is some stuff that's just happening next week. Let me put my hair up. There's some stuff coming up next week. My parents are celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary, and they have decided to celebrate it at my favorite place in the world, the Old Spaghetti Factory. Yes, I realize that that is very basic of me, so sue me. I frickin' love Ye Old Spaghetti Factory. I am fairly certain that the choice of restaurant was to benefit me. There we go, that's better. So that should be a very pleasant night out. I may need to think about these goals and kind of update them on the fly. There may be some new goals when you see next week's video, after I've had a minute to think about it, without all this other stuff going on. One way you know that this week was difficult is that this is the first week I have not pulled a single additional challenge card. Even though we hit most of the goals on the chart, there just was nothing extra left for anything additional, even those teeny tiny, like 10 to 30 minute additional challenges, which is why I think it is the right decision not to bump up the exercise goals any further than they are. I wish I had more sparkles. That looks pretty good. It could probably benefit from some mascara or fake lashes, but I'm not going to do either of those things because I do not want to. God, I almost just tried to set my face with hairspray. That would have been a disaster because both of the bottles are black and pretty close to the same size. I meant to paint my nails today, but this whole day has just gotten away from me. kind of a gold shimmer down the middle. Not bad. I really desperately want to do a bow, but I think it might get tangled with my crown. All right, I'm gonna put some of my wound gauze in the top of this thing just to try and make sure the compression is even on both sides. It's gonna look a little lumpy in my shirt, but there's nothing I can do about that. Hot girls wear sunblock. It's non-negotiable. That's how you stay a hot girl, not a burnt girl. I'm going to wear Strawberry Mochi by the Hey Sugar Fragrance Company. It is one of my go-to summer fragrances. God, I wish that rash wasn't there. Now, I do think a bow would be cute, but I always think a bow would be cute. My one concern about this dress is I don't actually need an excuse to wear it. I can pretty easily justify wearing this dress because I want to. I think I might add a petticoat. Just one petticoat. I'm not crazy. I'm packing a bow for later when I get tired of minding my crown. I want to wear them both, but I think it might be too much, and I'm really concerned the bow is going to get tangled in my crown. Hashtag whimsy girl problems. Oh, you know, just my car driving crown. So first of all, it turns out that a queen does not get tired of managing her crown. She wears it all night. That started nerve-wracking. I didn't know anyone there. Turned out lovely. Wonderful. I met so many incredible people who I will definitely keep in touch with, or at least I hope so. I danced for well over an hour. I socialized. I fully expected to leave early and feel like crap, but surprise, surprise, not only have I not collapsed into a black hole, I feel basically okay. This is a very unexpected turn of events. I am so shocked I don't even know how to feel about it. I am really dreading this doctor's appointment next week because I really feel like they're gonna tell me that I'm still not allowed to lift anything, that I'm still not allowed to lift my arm. And that feels insane when I can have nights like tonight. This is such a weird limbo. I know I should just enjoy this. I know I should just take this win. But a big part of me just feels sort of shocked and confused. I was already feeling like I needed a think. I needed to just sit down and journal. And now I double triple feel like I need some processing time. I think I may try to find a cafe close to here and just sit for a little while before I head home. Yeah, can you fill regular, please? Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
you can receive.
No, that's all right.
Have a good one.
You too.
Nice dress.
Thank you. I'm home. I'm tired, but not disastrously so. I am about 500 steps away from 10,000 steps for the day. I'm gonna count it because Fitbit often counts dancing as very few steps, but I think that hour plus of dancing should count. I'm gonna do my final stretch and then I'm gonna go to bed. I hope this has been a beautiful and healing week for you. I'll see you again next week. Bye.